February 14th, 2021. Today is the third anniversary, or 3 years, since the Parkland High School shooting down in Parkland, Florida. And of course, Sleepy Joe Biden is going to jump on TV and make some big announcements. And yeah, so here's basically what he says. He says this is an article from the Epoch Times, which is an amazing news source. Really like it. Let me know once you guys get onto this live stream. What's up, J1 TV? So Biden calls on Congress to restrict gun ownership. So it says, President Biden on Sunday urges Congress to pass reforms to existing gun laws concerning gun ownership on the anniversary of the mass shooting of the Parkland High School. Isn't that interesting that he's saying on gun ownership, not restricting assault weapons, not restricting a high-capacity magazine. This is restricting gun ownership. Interesting. So the Parkland students and so many other young people across the country who have experienced gun violence are carrying forward the history of the American journey. I don't know what the hell that means. More rambling by this guy. It is history written by young people in each generation who challenge prevailing dogma to demand a simple truth. Interesting. What I find funny, the video I posted yesterday, I believe, we actually played, Joe Biden and Kamala taking their oath of office, swearing to support and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. But here, he's calling it dogma. So it's up to the young generation to challenge the prevailing dogma. Interesting. Interesting. So here's the interesting part. The video that I posted yesterday, I said, what is Biden waiting for? What are they waiting for to pass their big gun control stuff, right? And what I said was another big mass shooting. They're waiting to get the public opinion. But here's a quote directly from Joe today. The administration will not wait for the next mass shooting to heed that call. We will take action to end our epidemic of gun violence and make our schools and communities safer. Today, I am calling on Congress to enact common sense gun law reforms, including requiring background checks on all gun sales, which means the only way they can have a universal background check system is to also have a nationwide firearm registration. That is the extremely dangerous part. Let's see. Banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and eliminating immunity for gun manufacturers who knowingly put weapons of war on the streets. What the hell does that mean? Knowingly put weapons of war on the streets. Wasn't it the the Barack Obama and Joe Biden administration that told gun stores to sell guns to cartel members? And they were supposed to, you guys remember this was Operation Fast and Furious. They were supposed to track these gun sales and prevent the bad guys, the cartel members, from actually getting the guns. They were supposed to arrest them. They lost the guns, and a U.S. Border Patrol agent got killed. So it's not the gun manufacturer's fault that somebody got killed. It was the Barack Obama, Joe Biden administration. So let's see. In the afternoon, 2014. Okay, so it just goes over what happened in the Stoneman Douglas shooting. Tell me what you guys think down here. Lost the load. They've been trying to force insurrection. Yeah, no, I know. What do you think about that? I love how we're all terrorists based on the prosecution and the thing. He waited for the anniversary. Yeah, Jay, I think maybe you're right. Maybe he did wait for the anniversary. Biden's campaign website says that he's going to defeat the NRA along with proposed Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, which protects the gun manufacturers from frivolous lawsuits. Let's see. Joe Biden successfully pursued. Yeah, so that's really the big thing right now. So, really fascinating. Make sure you guys share this video. Let the world know. This literally just happened a few moments ago. I think they're going to push for some big stuff real quick. How about, I don't know what that means. What does this mean for those of us that already have a firearm? Yeah, we don't really know, right? So I think they learned their lesson during the 94 assault weapons ban about allowing grandfathered in of certain items. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think what they're going to do, somebody says, I can't give my opinion without cursing. I agree with you, Sarah. Trust me. So I think what they're going to try to do is they're going to say, we're going to give you, you know, a couple $100, whatever. You got to turn your gun in. And if you don't turn it in, you're going to become a felon, massive fines and all that stuff. But really what I think they're going to try to really ram through now, if they're going to really push for this, they're going to try to ram through HR 127. So that will strip away our rights so heavily, it is not even funny. So I think that's what they're going to try to push. And I think it's going to be bad. Okay, so Timothy says losses in a boating accident. Yeah, but if we have like 10 million dudes that say I lost my guns in a boating accident, might not work very much. Yeah, Rob says I'll sell my guns $5 million each. With the way this federal government has been spending money in the last year, they may be willing to pay that price. So they seem to just think we can continue to spend money with no repercussions. Guess I'll become a felon. Yeah. Samantha says, literally hit the gun shows up now if you can. Yeah, you should probably. Okay. P.S. Psychro says Tampa Carry turns into Austin Carry. It might. It might. But that's also why we created the brand Carry University, so that if I do need to move somewhere else, it's not that big of a deal. My house is broken into. Yeah. I think this is going to be interesting. So I think it's going to be interesting. But I saw that come across my notifications as I was hanging out with the family and thought, you know what? Word needs to get out about this quick. And we need to tell the world. Pay attention. Here, somebody says, we need to do everything in our power to prevent HR 127 and other bills like it. So what do you do? For me, the thing that I've chosen to do is educate lots of people. And number two, financially support gun owners of America. So I think that we need to give those kind of people money so they can file lawsuits and really challenge this kind of crap. We're in for a massive uphill battle. Yeah, Jay says Second Amendment sanctuary. I wish, I hope. Yeah, so Nick says that it won't work. ATF comes knocking on people's doors, starts slinging lead, it'll stop real quick. You know, Nick, I've made several videos about this, but they won't have to do that, Nick. This is a psychological warfare. They're much smarter than trying to go door to door. They have to be able to sell this ideology of no guns and gun control to the masses. You can never do it one at a time, right? So the way they're going to sell it to the masses is to find somebody who didn't comply. And then that person's going to get, once that person gets caught, because it'll happen eventually, they're going to get a 15 or a 25-year prison sentence. They're going to get 150 to 250 or whatever the number is, some massive fine. It's just like if you remember when people were downloading like illegal movies and stuff a lot. I remember there was a case where this one woman got singled out and she got prosecuted, and it was like an extremely long time in prison. It was millions of dollars in fines, and everybody was like, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't download illegal movies anymore. They'll do the exact same thing with guns. Somebody will get caught, somebody's going to go to prison, and then that fear, that psychological fear, is going to cause a lot of people to just give up and turn in their guns. So, does law enforcement have to give up their weapons as well? They shouldn't. They should be on our damn side, fighting and defending us. But yeah, I get what you're saying, right? If we as normal citizens can't have it, then why the hell should the police be allowed to have it? And why should the military be allowed to have it? That's not what our society is like. Yeah, so the Southpaw says resist. I agree with you, brother. Does it help to write our legislators? Yeah, I think the big thing right now, we need to all get on board with our Florida representatives, and we need to make it very well known to them that we want Florida to become a Second Amendment sanctuary state, that the state of Florida will not allow any federal law enforcement agency to come in here, or local law enforcement agency to come in and try to enforce a radical gun law that goes against the Constitution. Let's see. They tally the votes. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great Valentine's Day. This is like the first Valentine's Day in 10 years that I did not epically screw up. So, pat on the back, Ryan. So, have some fun today, guys, and be safe.